Welcome. I'm your host, Julie Poole, a law of attraction coach, hypnotherapist, and spiritual teacher. This show is for anyone interested in living their best life on all levels, mind, body, and soul. My aim is to uplift, inform, and inspire you. So let's chat and move you from hoping to having. Welcome back to my podcast. I haven't seen you for a little while. Over the last month, I have been moving house, had a rather large birthday celebration, and had a very major international trip to Canada. So I've been putting out these podcasts every 2 weeks instead of every week, and I've been gifting you some of the products from my website, which I've seen the comments from you and saying it's really helped having those self-hypnosis audios being able to release. And release is what I want to talk about with you today. So in today's episode, we're going to be talking about what needs to go and what wants to come in. So I'm recording this on the 28th of September. Tomorrow we have a beautiful full moon. Now, full moons are all about releasing awareness, bringing up to the surface the awareness that we have, what's locked within us, and our inner being will be bringing that up for us to deal with it. Now we can deal with it, we can push it away, we can say, no, I haven't got time for that, we can distract ourselves, we can avoid, and that's all right. There'll be another full moon in another 4 weeks, and that's okay. We can go again. But this particular week is very important, very powerful, because we've just had the equinox. So whether you are in the northern hemisphere and you are moving into the autumn, or for many of my listeners and watchers down in the southern hemisphere, you are waking up to spring. So whether you're closing down towards the autumn and winter or waking up towards your spring and summer, this full moon really allows a lot of energy to come up to the surface so that you can discern and decide what it is you want. And that's what it's all about. You know, this podcast is called From Hoping to Having. Based on my book, which is all about being able to manifest and create the life that you want on every level, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, in harmony, in ease. And so let's use these energies that are present to be able to do just that. So what is coming up for you? For me, I always feel the full moon energy about 3 days before and about 3 days after. So, and the day itself. So about a week. And during this, I use it as a tool to help me to align, realign, release. So for me, what came up, I had a lot of dreams last night or this morning about clearly some triggers within me. I watched a program yesterday, and interesting, it triggered me so much I had to turn it off. And it was real disturbance within my being. And I thought, I can't bear this. I have to turn it off. And it was a very good drama with some people that I really rate. And as soon as I saw what was going to happen, about 20 minutes in, that this man was going to be accused of something that he didn't do, and he wasn't handling it very well. And you could just see from the program that it was going to escalate and he was going to end up in big trouble for something he hadn't done. It triggered me enormously. I turned it off. I watched some other stuff and then I went to bed. But I had very disturbed dreams all night. Now, this morning I woke up and I said, okay, thank you for showing me that. Now, can we do that? Can we say, thank you for this really uncomfortable, horrible feeling I've got inside me? Because they didn't put it there. When I say they, we're not talking about spirit or the universe. We're talking about it was already there. It was already there, locked within you. Now, this might be triggering something from this life, a situation, an experience, or it may be triggering something from a past life. Many of you know I do past life regressions, as well as hypnosis and a lot of other stuff. So for me, it was very much diving into that. I had my morning coffee and woke up a little bit, and then I went into a meditation. And I started that with the words, thank you for showing me something locked within me that is clearly reacting, not responding, but reacting to injustice, unfairness, to be blamed for something you haven't done, to be persecuted, prosecuted. Now, that's never happened to me in this lifetime, so that's clearly a past life issue. So I sat with it for a little while, and I just allowed all the discomfort to come up, and I allowed any part of me across all space, time and dimensions. That's the words I use. Across all space, time and dimensions, where I have been persecuted, prosecuted, murdered, killed for something I didn't do. It was clearly triggering me very badly there. I then dived into, was there any part of this life that was like that? And there was a little bit in childhood. You know, I'm one of 3 children, and sometimes my brother and sister would do something and I'd get the blame for it. So there was a little bit of that there. But predominantly, this was past life stuff. So I felt it move through me. I felt quite sick. And it lasted about 2 minutes, and then it was gone, and I felt very calm. Do I feel that it's all gone? Right, now, how do I know if it's all gone? This is a very good question that you're probably asking. How do you know when it's done? How do you know you've got it all out? Well, it's for me to think about that program and saying, do I want to watch it now? Am I all right with watching it now? And it's still a no. No, I still don't want to watch it. Okay, so what does that mean? And what I'm doing here is helping teach you how you can find these bits and how you know when they're done. So when an energy is completely neutralized, released, harmonized, there is no trigger whatsoever. There is no reaction. It is simply an energy that used to be and is no longer being. It's done. All right. So the fact that I still don't want to watch that program, even though it's obviously beautifully written and beautifully acted, means that there's still a little bit left there. And it's like, that's okay. I only gave it 10 minutes this morning. I will come back to it this afternoon. I'll come back to it tonight, and I'll keep coming back to it until I feel completely neutral about injustice, unfairness, persecution, prosecution. That's when I'll know that it's done. Yeah? All right. So dreams can be a very good way of our inner being showing us there's something there. So we see the energies as active or dormant. If you are reacting, then that energy is active. If you are not reacting, then either the energy is completely dormant or it's completely neutralized. Either is fine. All right. So sometimes my team were just correcting me here. Sometimes an energy can be still active but dormant, and a little poke and a prod wakes the bear. And so you can kind of test it. Is it dormant that it's finally gone to sleep and it's completely resting and it's never going to wake up again? Give it a little poke, see what happens. If nothing happens, it's done. If you have a bit of a reaction, it's not done. So go back in and give it a bit more. All right. So what we want to do when we embrace these energies, encourage these energies to come forward, is we step into I am presence. All right. The I am presence is your God self, your creative force. Your God self is pure, unconditional love. There's no fear. There's a curiosity. There's a wonder. There's I want to see, I want to know, I want to grow. And all of those are very beautiful. So I step into I am ready to draw to me all energies that no longer serve me, that create any disharmony, imbalance within my being on any level. Thank you. I welcome you. Without judgment, I love you. I surrender to you. We don't want to bring those energies forward so that we can give them a good hiding, a good bashing, or indeed even to say, I have to bring these up so I can heal them. Immediately that we go into the energy of I have to heal this, we're not accepting that energy, we're rejecting it. Yes? So what I want to do is say, whether it heals or whether it doesn't, I'm okay with feeling this energy. I'm okay with being in this energy. I love me and I love all energies within me. As we bring that loving energy into that discomfort, it will come forward because it's not being judged or blamed or rejected or being tried to get rid of. So we allow it to come forward and we hold it and we embrace it, and we, through the loving and the embracing, that's where the neutralizing is. So it's kind of cart before horse. If we want to bring the energy forward so we can heal it, that in itself is a rejection. If we bring the energy forward so we can be aware of it in a loving way, that is acceptance. And then if the energy wants to neutralize and heal, it will feel accepted and loved enough to do so. Does that make sense? All right, so don't pull it forward in order to fix it. Pull it forward in order to love it. And in the loving it is the fixing. Bit of a dichotomy, yes? All right, so our dreams. Yes, I went to bed last night trying to push away that discomfort and it came up through my dreams. So my dreams are showing me this wants to be dealt with. You don't have to. You can push it back down. But it's coming up for a reason. Why is it coming up now? I've been doing the October readings, tarot readings on my YouTube channel, and many of you are having very similar messages of we're stepping into this beautiful new opening, awakening, higher vibration, happier, more fulfilled life. And this is wonderful, wonderful energy. But of course, anything that is holding us back in the way, poking, prodding, waking the bear, is going to spoil that beautiful energy that wants to come in. So as we open ourselves up to embrace these energies, we are doing it fully consciously, saying, I'm really ready to embrace all the new energies coming in. Whether it's a beautiful spring energy of new birth, new growth, whether it is this lovely autumn energy where we begin to allow ourselves to come more into ourselves, ready for our winter hibernation. And we all do it. It's not just the animals that hibernate. There is a certain energy within us that will move into hibernation. We cozy up as the nights draw in and it becomes colder. We become more in a hermit energy into our own space. And this is the waves, the rise and fall of life, the ebbs and flows, the tides of life. And those of you in the southern hemisphere waking up to spring, feeling a new spring in your step, feeling more light, more bright, more creative, more curious, and allowing yourself to embrace the new that wants to come in. So we're all of us, whether we're north or south, all of us wanting to step into this energy of what new is coming in. So even though in the northern hemisphere things begin to slow down a little, that doesn't deter or detract from our creative flow, our creative energy. We still create. All right, some of the best stuff that I've created has been in the depths of winter because I've been very much in my hermit mode and into my own being. And as you step into your own being, you can tap into that creative force. But it is also to say it goes a little slower perhaps because our energy is a little bit slower. All right, like the trees, they're just showing me a beautiful woodland and the trees kind of drawing in their energy as the leaves drop. That energy doesn't fall out the end of the branches as the leaves come away. It draws it into itself and it reboots over the winter, ready to spring into life next spring and create new leaves. We do this as well within our being. We draw the energy within to ourselves. And as we move through October, we know we're approaching Halloween, and this is the time where the veil starts to thin, starts to become more seen of what is on the other side, more connected to the universe, to spirit, to the forces that are all around us always, but we begin to become more aware of them. They are louder, clearer, brighter, stronger. And so the more that we are in our uplifted light energy, the more we can connect to those beautiful beings of light that are surrounding us. And so this releasing, letting go, dropping the baggage makes us lighter. And so use this time, use it wisely, use it consciously, use it deliberately to allow yourself to invite all within you across all space, time and dimensions that is no longer relevant to your current world, your current being, your current energy, to step forward, to be embraced, to be loved, to be accepted, and through that to be released into ease. So where do you start with this process then? First of all, it's to say anything that is causing discomfort in my being on any level, I welcome. Yeah? And you dive into it. You literally open yourself to it. When you do this, open your heart, open your mind, open your energy in your being. Allow all fear to drop away. And instead step into an inner knowing that all is part of you, whether it be perceived as good or bad, positive or negative, it is all still you. And we are all made up of shadow and light. We are all of us a work in progress. We are all of us growing and developing. No matter how many lifetimes we've had across this or other dimensions and other time zones, we are all a work in progress. And so this is a progress opportunity to jump to the next level, to upgrade, up level. So let's allow ourselves to do that then. So we are setting the intention. We are saying to ourselves, to the universe, I am ready to know all of who I am. I am ready to be all of who I am. I am a being of light, of love, of joy. I am a being of creativity. I am a being also of darkness and fear. And my mission is to overcome, work through the darkness to see the light where perhaps I can't see it right now. That the light is always there, but sometimes the darkness shrouds it. But it is through the loving and embracing of the darkness that we find the light. I am the way and the light. I am the way and the life. I am what I am. I am all that I am. And in this, you embrace your full, true essence. You are a magnificent spark of consciousness. You have been through multiple experiences that have created fear, and you feed into the collective consciousness, both positive and negative, and we also receive from the collective consciousness. So this is a time where we can infuse the collective consciousness with light. We can neutralize across all space, time and dimensions into the collective consciousness that which has seen fear and pain over multiple millennia. This is the opportunity that we are now in to say, for thousands of years, We have only known fear and disempowerment and separation. This is the new dawn that is here upon us now, where we once again know our connection, our oneness to Source, to ourselves, to each other, to the universe. It is time for the separation gap to be closed fully and step into your oneness, to step into who you truly are. So let's do that now. If you are in a position, wherever you are, you may be walking, running, cooking, cleaning, whatever you're doing, take a moment to just pause wherever you are. If you are jogging, running through a park, if you are paddleboarding, if you are cooking, baking, take a little moment right now and do this with me. Close your eyes, stand still, allow your shoulders to drop. Allow your attention to come into your heart. I am a being of light. I am a magnificent spark of consciousness. I am all that I am. And all that I am is divine, pure love. I am ready, willing, and able to embrace all parts of me that are separate, in fear, in loss, stuck. I embrace it all. I love you. I love every single part of every particle of energy within me, including that which I perceive to be fear. I invite the fear up now to be held, loved, cuddled, supported. Feel it rise within you now. Feel it rise up from wherever it is. Could be right down deep in your toes, deep in your belly, deep in your back. Feel it rise up and let it just simply come up into your heart and hold it. Acknowledge it. That this fear, this pain, this discomfort may have come from this or any other lifetime, no matter. I love you. I am here. I am listening. I allow any awareness of what this energy is and where it's from, if it's in my highest good, if it's worth me knowing, to come forward now. And I simply accept it as it is. As I accept it as it is, I feel myself one with myself, one with Source, one with my divinity. I feel myself at one with my growth, my development, my light that is shining brightly all around me right now. And in that light, I see all I need to see. I see all I need to be aware of. I understand and I accept. And it is good. Feel the love for yourself pouring through you, from you, within you, and around you. Feel the love from the universe and Source around you, embracing you, holding you, being one with you. And feel the collective consciousness of all the peoples of this planet Gaia. And feel the light within and around you, connecting in to and part of that collective consciousness, with the intention of dispersing light into all and everything, because you can, because you choose to, because you want to, because you are the source of all that you seek. I am the source of all that I seek. I am at peace, and all is well. Thank you. And you can open your eyes and bring your attention back to whatever it is that you are doing, wherever you are, and notice everything. Notice if you are outside, the leaves on the trees, the plants, the flowers, the grass, the pavements, the buildings, the sky. Notice the breeze, the air, the wind. Notice your fingers, your toes, your breathing. Become hyper-aware of everything. I am one with all, and all is well. Thank you for listening. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this podcast and found it useful, please subscribe to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google Play, and more, where you can leave up to a 5-star review. If you want to support my work or want to know more, please go to my website, juliepooleonline.com, where you will find details of my new book, From Hoping to Having, available on Amazon worldwide, and more about my work, products and services. The link is in the show notes. Thank you for listening. See you in the next episode.